2014 on June the 17th, and we are convening the Granby Energy Committee. We've had some technical difficulties, that's why we're a little bit late. We are being taped by GCAM. We are using open meeting at the same time. We do have a quorum here with Joan, Lil, Robin, and myself. But if you're watching it on GoToMeeting, you're only going to see myself and myself only, because Lil just left.
I was getting an echo.
Okay. So that's it, but GCAM is here and taking us live. So you want me to leave my mic on when we talk for this?
No, you have to leave your mic on so that GCAM can hear.
Oh, okay.
So, ready to go whenever you are.
Okay, the first thing on our agenda is to do our approval of our meeting minutes. The meeting was held on March 18th of 2021.
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't correct that. April 15th.
April the 15th. You correct that on my paper here. It's been so long since we met, we're running a little behind our own other technical difficulties.
You want a copy of the minutes? I have an extra copy.
I have a soft copy right here.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I make a motion we accept the minutes of the April 15th meeting.
I second.
Okay, we have a motion by Robert, a second by Joan to accept the meeting minutes of Thursday, April the 15th. Is there any further discussion on these meeting minutes? Hearing none, I will ask for a roll call vote with the person's name because not everybody can see us, so they need to hear us.
Robert, I.
Lil, I.
Joan, aye.
And J.I. And the meeting minutes for the 15th have passed. Now we're going to move on to the agenda.
You got it? Here.
I have it with me. You don't want to do it.
Here's the agenda. You need this so that you'll know what to discuss.
Okay, on our agenda, the first thing on our open meeting, well, first I'm going to make an announcement here before we do anything else. This is going to be the last meeting of FY 2021 of the Granby Energy Committee. We have notified the Select Board and the Town Administrator as of October of 2020 individually for our own individual reasons that we would not be returning. And we have requested from the Town Administrator and the Select Board they get some more people so we could train them before we left. And we have heard nothing in return. So we have no idea what's going to happen to this committee. If they have new members in mind that haven't told us, or it's no longer going to exist. So with that, I just want to thank all the current members and all the past members that we've been together since 2016 to date. In that time period, we've done about $1.2 million in improvements in the town of Granby. And with that 1.2 million, with our in-kind funds and stuff that we had to meet for our requirements, we've only spent $137,000 approximately. And both those numbers are approximate. I didn't do it down to the penny. So with that being said, we have no correspondence from the Select Board or anything else to go over, so nobody wants us to do anything anymore. So our first action item would be to create a short and long-term plan to address ECM finance. Now we do have a spreadsheet, which is current, with the ECMs that were outstanding and the ones being done on the current FY20 Green Community Grant. We have forwarded that to the Select Board office. The FY20 Green Community Grant is still being worked on. They're doing the first floor lights at the Granby Junior Senior High School. Thus, that Green Community Grant cannot be closed until all the work is done and inspected. And we have been told that that is now under the cognizance of Mr. Martin, the town administrator, so we have nothing to do with it. So that'll take care of any of the ECMs. Then we have the Dufresne Park lights. It was our plan to upgrade the Dufresne Park lights to LED over the current incandescent. But if you remember, a tree fell on the pavilion, which caused the insurance company to have to repair that. And we requested guidance on what to do from the town administrator and the select board, and we have received none. The only thing we know is that the insurance company was going to rebuild the pavilion to the way it was. So we don't know anything else what to do. Nbi Report Requirements. Lil, do you have anything on Nbi on the report requirements? Because I know there were some new requirements coming out, but I don't believe we have received them yet.
I haven't received them that I know of.
And I haven't seen them either put up yet.
Okay.
So let everybody know the NEI is the Massachusetts Energy Insight Database, and it rolls all the information that we report to the state on what's going on, down to every gallon of gasoline, every quart of oil, every kilowatt of electricity, every bit of natural gas or propane that's used in the entire town. They micromanage us to death, and they have all the information. There is a change coming to that database, but we have asked our Western Mass advisor, and the last he communicated with us is they haven't decided what the changes are going to be yet. Correct, Bill?
Right, and we have the issue on adding the new library.
Well, that comes under the energy reduction plan. Under the energy reduction plan, since the new library is now over 5 years old, we are allowed to do energy conservation measures on that building, but we have to update the energy reduction plan before we can include that in our energy conservation measures, which are the ECMs. But they have new guidance coming out on what they want in their energy reduction plan, and they have not given it to us yet. And we can't revise something that we don't know what the requirements are. So that's still going to remain an open issue. And the select board office of the town administrator and the select board members all have that information available. They have as much information as we have, put it to you that way. Okay, under new business, review and update the new vehicle request from the school. We have reviewed that, we have approved that, and we forwarded it to the town administrator, excuse me, and that was an article at the annual town meeting. And from watching the annual town meeting, since I did not attend, I saw that that article was passed by the town for the school's new pickup truck. The solo block and DOE grant, we don't have any new status on that. We have asked the people from Solar Block to update the town administrator and select board of any changes, and they are going to update the school committee as well. So again, we don't have anything, but we have made sure that all the communication links are established for all the information for the future committee. If there is one, if there isn't, then the select board office has all the information.
Okay, so we asked Solar Block to communicate with
The
the,
select board office, which is the town administrator and select board, and the school committee, what their future plans are. And again, their plans are based upon getting approved grants. I think they're going into stage 5 of the grant.
so you mind we keep them updated
As to the status on theirs with the grants. If we don't get the grant, the project does not move forward. If we get the grant, the project moves forward. Basically, that's simple.
Okay, so that's that.
And also on the new business, we were asked to, I think it was last October, we were asked, or remember, we were asked to look at the National Grid alternate LED lighting installations, because we were advised by our green community regional advisor that LED lights were going to take a back seat to grant award money from now on, because the state wanted to put more money into HVAC equipment and more in automobiles, since they create more emissions than the lights do. So there is an alternate thing on bill repayment, which is being used by National Grid, and all of that information has been forwarded to the select board office, which is the town administrator and the select board. Under old business, we have new committee members search ongoing. Again, we started letting the select board office, which is the town administrator, and the select board know that different members at different points in time would not be returning, and we had requested that they do a search so we could get new members and train them, because you have to sign in to like the Nbi database and stuff like that to make sure everything's correct, and your applications are all done online. And we wanted to give all our experience to the future members, but since we have not been given any future members, we have no information to pass on, because there's nobody to pass it on to, unless we want to give it to G-Camp and Elizabeth. She's waving at us, this would be a tape letter. Okay, does any other members have any other information that we need to do? We discussed the first floor lights currently being done at the junior senior high school, which is now in the cognizance of Mr. Martin, the town administrator. We have touched upon, we have supplied the select board with all select board office, which is the town administrator, and the select board with all the information they have requested. All our meeting minutes are now up to date. What we plan on doing, to let you know, is we're probably going to have a recess here when we get to the end of this meeting, and we're going to do our meeting minutes from today, and then we will vote on our meeting minutes from today, since we will not be meeting again, coming back. So we make sure we get everything up to the latest and greatest for the select board office, so they know what's going on. Does anybody on the committee have anything they wish to say before we go into recess? Okay.
But my fingers don't fly that fast, so we're really going to have to help me with the minutes here.
That's okay. Can I have a motion that we go into recess?
Make a motion to go into recess?
Second.
Okay, Robert made the motion to go into recess so we can do our meeting minutes. Joan has seconded. Is there any more discussion about going into recess here? Hearing none, let's do a roll call vote, since we're doing it all verbally here. Nobody can see anything of who's saying what.
Robert, aye.
Lil, I.
Joan, aye.
And Jay, aye. So we're going to go into recess right now, and from there, we will move on. Okay, this is the Energy Committee on the 17th of June 2021. It is now 3:05 p.m. and we are returning from our recess. I'm not sure if you need a motion or not, today we do them, but we'll do it just to make sure. Do I have a motion to return from our recess?
I make a motion we return from recess.
Aye, Joan.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. What's your name, please?
Aye, Robert.
Lil, I.
Joan, aye.
And Jay, aye. We've returned back to our meeting. And what we have done, since this is our last meeting of this committee with these current members, we have returned to recess with our final meeting minutes. We are going to present them to you, and we are going to vote on them, since we will not be meeting again to approve the meeting minutes. Lil, do you want to address the final meeting minutes, please?
Okay, these are the minutes for the Granby Energy Committee meeting on Thursday, June 17, 2021 at 2 p.m. Members present, Jay Joyce, Robert Camus, Lillian Camus, Joan Gagney. Members absent, Mark Vincelette, Lenny Hathledge. Jay Joyce called the meeting to order at 2:14 p.m. And we have approval of the minutes of the April 15, 2021 minutes. Jay Joyce asked if there were any changes to the April 15, 2021 meeting minutes. Hearing none, motion made by Robert Camus and seconded by Joan Gagney to approve the April 15, 2021 minutes as written. Motion carried 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstained. Under Administrator, Jay Joyce announced that this will be the last meeting of fiscal year 2021 of the Energy Committee. Jay Joyce, Robert Camus, Lillian Camus, and Joan Gagney notified Chris Martin / Select Board Office that due to personal reasons, we will not be continuing on the committee. We have not heard if anyone else will be appointed to the committee or if the committee will cease to exist. The purpose of our notification to the Select Board was to give them appropriate time to find replacement members, which would continue into fiscal year 2022, who could learn the green community requirements. Jay thanked all the current and past members for their hard work. Through the efforts of the committee, approximately $1.2 million in improvements were made, reducing the town's use of energy by 24.7% since the town's baseline year. This was accomplished with the town spending only approximately $137,000 in-kind funds related to contract requirements. Moving on to the open action items, create a short and long-term plan to address ECM findings. Fiscal year Green Community Final Report status. The final report has not been submitted as not all of the work has been completed. Upgrading the first floor lights at the junior senior high school to motion sensing LED lights are scheduled to be installed. The town administrator is the point of contact. Fiscal year 21, Green Community Application ECMs. The committee has reviewed the list of ECMs. The spreadsheet has been updated and forwarded to the town administrator / select board office. Dufresne Park lights. Upgrading the incandescent lights to LED lights is on the list of ECMs. However, due to storm damage, the insurance company has replaced the lights with incandescent. Any further changes will be addressed by the new committee and/or town administrator / select board office. Nbi Report Requirements. The current committee has updated the MEI database. Any further updates will be done by the town administrator / select board office or their designee. Granby's Green Community Energy Reduction Plan needs to be updated. Criterion number 3, Granby Final Energy Reduction Plan and Baseline was last revised June 24, 2021. The town energy reduction plan should include vehicle policies, safety complex, junior senior high school, East Meadow, and the new library. Lillian Camus has sent an email to Mark Robinski. We know we will add the 2015 data for the new library. They will get back to us about what to adjust in the plan, if at all. No response yet from Mark Robinski. New business, new vehicle requests. The school's new vehicle request was reviewed and approved and forwarded to the town administrator. Subsequently, the new vehicle request was approved by the town at the annual town meeting. Solar block / DOE grant. We have asked the solar block representatives to communicate with the select board office, town administrator / select board, and school committee to keep them updated as to the status of their grant. Alternative measures to complete LED lighting. Jay Joyce explained some alternative measures the town could use to complete the LED lighting upgrades. One such measure would be on-bill repayments, OBR, involving National Grid, who will give the town incentives and result in savings for the town. Jay is waiting for further information from National Grid.
No, I have forwarded all that to Mr. Martin and came in.
Okay, so we got it. Which has
I need
been,
to amend that.
which has to do the first floor of the school. The paperwork is going to National Grid and Energy Source.
Okay, we have to back that up. The first floor is being done by Green Community, don't forget. You just said it's gonna be done by OBR.
That's what we had it here.
Well, that's what the plan was before, what Mr. Martin was gonna change.
Okay. So we want to,
Well, we don't know all the changes Mr. Martin has made. So I would just leave it with Mr. Martin.
okay, so we don't need the rest of this.
Yeah.
Okay, and when we, all information has been forwarded to the town administrator slash select board office. Open action items, none. Old business, new committee member search. Jay Joyce announced last October he would be getting off this committee at the end of this term. The remaining committee members have also submitted their resignations, which will be effective at the end of their term, which is June 30th, 2021. At that time, a motion was made by Robert Davis and seconded by Joan Gagnon to go into recess at 2:47 p.m. Motion carried, 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstained. And return from recess. Motion was made by Robert Camus and seconded by Joan Gagnon to return from recess at 3:05 p.m. Motion carried, 4 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 abstained.
Okay, before we vote on these meeting minutes as amended, I just want to state for the record, so for clarity out there, Mark Rubinski is the Western Massachusetts Green Community Coordinator and also our point of contact for anything. So when you hear Mark Rubinski's name, now you know what his title is. I don't know if you want to amend those to the meeting minutes or not, so the next people would know.
So you're saying Jay clarified Mark Lubinski is our Green Community Coordinator?
Right, for Western Massachusetts. But not just us, for all of Western Massachusetts, yes.
Okay.
So that way the next people coming in know who the right person is to go. And I'm not going to say that Mass DOER might change him by then, but that's what he is currently,
As of right now.
as of right now. So they have a point of contact to go to.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up here and copy this about the minutes.
Okay?
Here. This is the June 17th. Minutes as amended. Okay, you can ask.
Okay, we're going to have a motion to approve these meeting minutes as amended.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes as amended,
June 17th minutes
June 17 minutes.
And
as amended.
seconded.
I second.
Okay. Is there any more discussion about our final meeting minutes of this community, of this committee? Hearing none, all in favor, by roll call, because we're doing everything but audio here.
Robert, aye.
Lil, I.
Joan, aye.
And J.I. And again, I just want to thank the people of Granby for allowing us to help them with this projects that we've done along the years, and wish everybody the best. That's all. And I don't know if anybody else has anything they want to add.
None more.
Okay, then we're all done, Elizabeth.
You have to take a motion to adjourn.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So I have a motion to adjourn the final meeting of the Energy Committee.
I make a motion, adjourn.
I second the adjournment.
Any discussion on adjournment? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Robert, aye.
Lil, I.
Joan, aye.
And J.I.
At 3:16